good afternoon. So let us continue from the topic where we left yesterday. We are discussing about the features of Java. So I discussed some of the few features of Java, like the Java is a robust language. It is an object-oriented programming language, and also Java is a dynamic language. Okay. So today let us talk about the multi-threading concept in Java. Means what means how Java is multi-threaded, supports multi-threading. So Java language allows programmers to create multiple threads. So multiple threads run simultaneously, allowing programmer to do two or more operations at the same time. So what does it mean here? That what Java is going to do here is it is allow us to create threads. Thread programming. Thread is actually a lightweight process. Thread is actually a lightweight process. So in operating system, we discuss about this threads actually. So thread is a lightweight process which actually shares the memory files and the common memory space which is allocated for the program, and also all the resources which are allocated to the program. Likewise, here also what Java is going to do here, it means Java allows a programmer to create multiple threads. So when we are creating multiple threads, the advantage of that is you can run simultaneously two or more programs, means two or more sub-programs, which allows you to do two or more operations. And also it supports synchronization in the sense sometimes it is required that an action should be performed one after another. Means if suppose one thing is doing one action, the other one has to do the other action. So like that one by one, the like steps. So one program is doing one action, action, the other program is doing another action. So likewise some programs has to work. In such cases, Java support the synchronization. To discuss more about the multi-threading, you have a very easy example to understand what actually is a multi-threading here is. So just take the example of your MS Word. So when we use MS Word, what happens in general is there will be, it is a multi-threaded program. Your MS Word application is a multi-threaded program. So what it is going to do here is one of the thread is going to take the keystrokes, and you know very well that there will be a spell checker as well as the grammar checker also, which will be monitoring what we are typing. So if suppose if we forget to type capital first letter as capital in a sentence, then what happens, it automatically changes into capital. So observe now here that I'm going to type something here. Just now if I press space, okay, so see here automatically the first letter which I have entered, actually a small letter, is converted into capital letter, and at the same time that Adikavi is actually underlined with a red border, means it is underlined with red. The meaning of that is in a grammatically is in a dictionary this word is not found. That's the reason why. So it is underlined with red color there. So what I just mean to say here is, for example, another thing here. See, so if I another sentence. So today, see, T will become capital. Is okay. Friday, FRID. See here at the top, something has been popped up. It is asking whether to enter Friday or not. So if I press enter, so Friday is entered automatically. So the meaning of that here is what I just want to explain you here is this one program. There are several sub programs which are working together. So one program is taking our keystrokes, other is changing the looking for the grammar, the first grammar, and the first letter should be made as capital letters, If suppose any spelling mistake is done, it has been underlined sometimes, and autocorrect is there, autofill is there. So all sub programs are working together in MS Word. The same way here also in Java, we can create multiple threads which allows multiple operations to be performed at the same time. And of course, it supports a synchronization. As I told you that some operations need to be synchronized; they should occur one after another. In such cases, the multi-threading is means the Java supports the synchronization. Next, the Java is a distributed language. So as the language is designed for internet, allows process to be distributed to different machines. So it is a distributed language where the entire programs may be distributed around different machines, yet they are able to communicate with each other, and allows Java objects to run on different machines and yet to communicate with each other. What is the meaning of that? Again, you can take a practical example. So the practical example here is, for suppose uh, you have installed uh, a, what I say, a banking software on your mobile. So when you install a banking software on your mobile, now when you log in with your credentials, when you are entering username and password, what happens here is it is going to interact with another program which is running on the server. Means one program is running on your mobile, the another program is running on the server. So here the customer details as an object, they have been transferred to the server. The server is going to authenticate, and whatever the operations which you want to perform online, those are fulfilled here. That's the meaning. Means you're not installing entire program in one machine. You're just installing several, means the program, the different parts of the programs and several machines, and yet they are able to communicate with each other. So that is the distributed nature of the program, and Java supports this. Means Java is a distributed language, so it supports the different objects residing on different machines, so that they can communicate with each other. Okay, the next one is next feature is platform independent. So once a Java program is written and compiled on a machine, it can run on any platform. So that is another beauty of the Java programming. Why Java has become more and more popular is the reason here is you can write a program, and once it is being compiled, it can be run on any platform, on any type of machine. So there is a specific condition here that every machine should means the machine which wants to run Java program must have a JVM, the Java virtual machine. So the JVM is the program which is going to run the which is used to convert the compiled code into native code, which I will explain you. Okay, so that's the reason Java's means there is a phrase regarding Java: write once and run anywhere. So you can write a program once and you can run it on any platform. So more detail about this is if you talk about the C program. If you talk about if you take a C program, like I said yesterday, so for example, you are writing a C program on machine A. So please listen this very carefully, that if you are writing a program on machine A, and on machine A, after writing the source program, you are just compiling that program. So once you compile the source program, what happens here is it is converted, means the .c file is converted into .obj file. The .c file is going to convert into .obj file, means it is converting into the native code of the machine. Okay, so once it is being converted, now it can be executed. So it can be converted into an executable code, and it is run. Now first, suppose you want to run the same program on another machine, on machine B. You want to run the same program on machine B. Now assume that both machine A and machine B are using the same family of process. They are using the same family of process. The meaning of that is both are following the same instruction code. So when they are following the same instruction code, what happens here is the program which has been compiled, means .exe file. You can directly take that .exe file onto machine B. You need not compile it, and easily you can start running it. You can start using it. So that is possible. Means you need not take the source code again to machine B. Simply you can take that exe file to the other machine B and you can run it. Okay. So that is possible only when both A and both machine A, machine B are belongs to same family. Now, for a suppose you have a machine C. You have a machine C. So when it is a machine C, and now if it is using some different processor, if it is if it doesn't belong to the same family of processors, then you can't run that exe file onto the other machine. You can't run that exe file onto the other machine. Then what you have to do again? You have to take the source code. You have to go to machine C, and there will be a compiler which will be converting into that source code into machine code, and then it is going to run. Okay, so that is a problem. Now, for example, again, I would like to give another easy example to make you better understand. Now, for suppose I wrote a program in Hindi. Assume that I wrote a program in Hindi. Now, machine A can understand only Telugu. Machine A understands only Telugu. Then what happens here is I need a compiler which will convert this Hindi program into Telugu program. It is the one which is going to convert this Hindi into Telugu. So I use a compiler. Now it is converted into Telugu and the machine is going to run. Now there is a machine B which also understands Telugu. Okay, means its machine code is in Telugu. Then I need not take this Hindi code again to machine B and again need to compile it. Directly I can take this Telugu code onto machine B and then I can run it. Okay, that is possible. Now in case of machine C, for suppose machine C understand Tamil, it is not understanding Telugu. Then I can't take this Telugu code to machine C and make it run. So what I have to do, again I have to take this Hindi code, then I have to give it to a compiler on the machine C, which is converting this Hindi code into Tamil and run. So that is a problem. That is actually the platform dependency there. Okay, it is this depending on a specific platform. Whereas coming to the case of Java, what actually is done? So here it is written, see one here, native code is a machine code of a particular processor. Native code of one family of microprocessor does not run on another family as it makes use of instruction set of a microprocessor. However, it is possible to take the source code onto a different machine, compile it on a new platform and run it on that platform. But for this, compiler of the language must be available on the target problem. That is actually is the problem. So what about the Java? What is the beauty of Java here? What Java is going to do? So when it is compiled, when a Java program, when it is a .java file is being compiled, so what Java compiler is going to do is, it is going to convert this, Java compiler is going to convert this source code into bytecode. It is a bytecode. A bytecode is an intermediary code. It is not actually the native code. It is a intermediate code there. So it is a .class file. Once the .class file is created, now this .class file can run on any platform. It can run on any platform on this on any machine, provided that machine is having JVM, the Java virtual machine. What Java virtual machine is going to do? It is going to translate the bytecode to native code. Bytecode to native code. Now again, if I take the same example once again, I wrote the program in Hindi. I wrote the program in Hindi. So what the compiler is going to do, it is going to convert into .class file. That is, so say example, it is English. It is English. So wherever you write a Java file, Java code, so it is going to convert into English. So whomever you are asking, whatever the machine, whatever the family of machine which is asking, what I am going to give here is not the source file. I am going to give this bytecode, that is the file written in English. Say example. Now there should be an individual compiler individual JVM machine which is going to convert this English into its native code. Means the machine A will have a JVM which will convert the English into Telugu. Machine B will also have a JVM which is going to convert the English into Telugu, and machine C is also having a JVM which will convert the English into the Tamil there, as I said the example. So that is possible. That is the beauty of Java. That's why, as I told you yesterday, when there are several number of consumer electronic applications are there, several different kinds of machines are there, you cannot write compiler for all the machines there. So what you did, you have just written a one simple compiler which is going to convert into an universal accepted file, the bytecode. So provided each company, each machine has to has to write a understand this bytecode, they should have a JVM which is translating the bytecode into native code. So again, if you go through these steps here, say Java program is compiled by Java compiler Java C that is available on the any current platform, whatever the platform which you are using. So the compiler creates a bytecode which is an intermediary code, not an object code. It is not an object code. The bytecode generated by the compiler must be converted into machine code or a native code of the machine which the program is to run. This conversion is done by JVM, which contains just-in-time compiler. So JVM contains a JIT, just-in-time compiler, which is going to convert this native code, the bytecode into native code. So once the Java is compiled to the bytecode, it can run on any platform. It can run on any platform as long as JVM is available on the target machine. So if JVM is available, so the program, the bytecode can be run on any machine. So another example means for this, you may a question may raise that do we have to install Java on all the machines? No, not at all. No need of installing Java also. If you want to run a Java program on some machine, means for example, if you are writing a browser-based program, means if you are writing some web-based program where you are going to run your program on a in a browser, all browsers are equipped with JVM. Means if you are installing some Google Chrome, it is equipped with JVM. If you are installing some Firefox, it is equipped with JVM. So simply what you can do here is you can run the program in the browser. See, the next concept will make you more and more clear here. See here, what is the another feature here, the Java on the internet. So in this, what we are going to do here is there is a web server. There is a web server which is going to serve. You know that the server client server paradigm. You know, I hope you are aware of this. What the client server in the client server paradigm, what happens here is the client is going to place a request. The server is going to respond. The server is going to respond. So what you are doing here is you are going to write a program on a web server. Okay, and you are going to compile it. Once you compile it, a .class file is created. Now here some Java applet is given, which is a .class file which has been created. .class file is created and it is kept on the hard disk there. Now from a browser, if you suppose a machine from platform A is requesting for a web page from a web server, what you are going to do, you are going to simply pass the same applet. Okay, then from platform 2 also the same applet is given. From platform 3 also same applet is given. So what the browser is going to do here, it is just going to convert. This is just going to change into its native code. The JVM on the platform is going to change this applet code into native code and it is going to execute. Likewise, on the platform 2, the JVM also going to convert this Java applet into its native code and it is going to execute. So that is possible. That is actually the it is possible in case of Java. That's the reason why Java is more used for internet programming, because you know that when you are using internet, there are some different thousands varieties of machines which are used by many people around the world, and you cannot write compiler for all the programs. You cannot compile the code for each and every type of machine. So what you are simply doing, you are just compiling it once, you are generating the bytecode. Now it is the responsibility of machine to maintain a JVM. So whomever whatever the machine which is asking, whatever the type of machine which is asking, what you are simply going to do, you are simply just going to give this byte code, and it is transferred to the particular machine. It is just going to be compiled and then it is going to run on that machine. Okay, so that's about those are the features of Java programming. Okay, So any doubt in this what I just told up to now?
Sir, is the bytecode which we are calling as dot class file is an exe file, sir?
It's not an exe file, Amma. It's not an exe file. It is just an intermediary code there. It's not an exe file. So the dot class file doesn't execute by itself. What the JVM is going to do here is the JVM is going to take the dot class file, convert it into its native code, the executable file, and it is going to run. So it is a just-in-time compiler. So there is an interpreter there which is going to interpret that code and it is going to run. It is not a compiler. Sorry, it is not an exe file. Dot class file is not an exe exe
Like an
file.
assembly code, sir.
Uh, assembly code is also near to the exe file, but here what actually we are doing here is we are maintaining a intermediate, means like you can say it is also a machine assembly code, a machine code also, but it is not going to run directly. So it should be again converted into its native code, then it has to execute. As I said, for example, once again, if I said that you have written in Hindi, you are converting into English. Now the English one is not going to execute because no machine is going to execute this English there. It should convert it into its native code, whether it may be Telugu or Tamil or Hindi or whatever the other type of language it is using. Say example, okay. Then again that intermediary dot class file should be converted into its native code and it has to execute. Okay,
Okay, sir. Thank you.
okay.
Thank you, sir.
Anything else? Anything else for any more doubt?
No, sir.
Okay, fine. Now today we will just in the next few minutes we are going to see how we can run a Java program. Okay, how we can run a Java program. So to run a Java program, to actually run Java, you need to install the JDK, the Java Development Kit, which is found on the Oracle website. You can download it and you can install it on your machine. So once you install it, after installation, see, I have installed it in my system. I'm just showing you here. Okay, in program files x86, there is Java which is already installed. Okay, in this JDK 1.8.0, okay, underscore 121, and here it is, the Java is installed. It has a bin directory, it has an include folder, it has a JRE folder, LIV folder, DB, some folders will be there. Okay, there is a bin folder. In this bin folder we have the compiler, the Java C compiler, which is going to run the Java platform. The Java file which is going, means the Java which is going to execute the program. So mainly these two we are going to use, either Java C or Java we are going to use. So first you install, first what you are going to do here is you need to install Java on your machine. Once you install Java on your machine, the next step which you are going to do is there is a traditional way where we can execute the programs, and there are modern IDE compilers, the integrated development environment toolkits are available for you, like NetBeans, or you can say Eclipse, which you can install it on your system and you can run the Java programs from there. But what I prefer is to learn the traditional way. We will go in and execute the programs in a traditional way only. Okay, so what we are going to do now is just I will show you how you need to execute the program, how you need to start writing the program in Java, and how you need to execute the program. So after installation of Java, so first what you need to do here is you need to open the notepad, because we are going to write the program in the notepad. We are going to write the Java program in notepad. Okay, so what I prefer is generally what I prefer is I generally create a folder, generally create a folder where I want to store my programs. Where I want to store my programs. So I'm creating a folder, new. Now I'm creating MCA second semester Java. MCA second semester Java. So I created a folder. Now I just want to place my files, my Java files, whatever the Java contents which I'm going, Java programs which I'm going to create. I want to place it in this folder. That's the reason why I created this folder. Now I open the notepad. So in notepad, I'm going to write the first program here. So public class, okay, welcome. I just want to means the class name is welcome. Then public static void main string. Is my screen visible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then public static void main. Then in brackets you need to have string args. Okay, I will explain each and everything slowly. Need not worry. Just first understand how we need to write the program. Welcome to Java programming. Okay, so public class welcome we have written. Then inside that we have a function called main function. This is the main method. So from now we will be calling function as method, because in Java terminology functions are called as methods. So we'll say method. So it is a main method. Okay, public static void main in strings args. Then it is open, the brace is open. Then we have system dot out dot println. It is just like printf in your C. Like printf you are writing, same like. So like main you are writing, this is main and this is printf. And because it is a object oriented programming, everything is put under a class. So system dot out dot println. Then we have whatever I'm writing it in the quotations, that same will be printed on the screen. So the statement will be running with an semicolon. Okay, that's it. The program is done. Now I just want to save the program. So whenever you remember, so my first Java program is just a comment line, like in C language, like in C++, as I told you that the single line comments can be written with 2 double slash. The same thing can be applied in Java. Now I just want to save this program. So where I have to save it? So file, save, save. So by default it is desktop. It is showing desktop. See here. No, I don't want to store it on the desktop. I just want to store in the folder which I have created. I have created in some D drive. Then I have which folder it is? MCA second semester Java. See here, MCA second semester Java. In this folder, I just want to save it. Got it. So you have to go to that folder and then you have to save that file. Right. So while saving, another very important point, again, see here, again I'll start file, save, where I just want to save it. I just want to save it in the folder which I have created. So MCA second semester Java. Now here I need to save. While saving, another very important point you need to remember here is, whatever the class name which you are giving here, whatever the public class name which you are giving, because in future you are going to write more than one classes in the same program. You're going to mention more than one classes in the same program, but there will be only one public class. There will be only one public. So what is public? All these things we will discuss in detail. No problem. But just understand some basic things here. So whatever the name of the class name, class name, the public class name is there. With the same name, you need to save the Java program. You need to say, means what is the name of the class here? Welcome. So I should type it welcome. And another point here is just to type that name in the quotations. Type that name in the quotation. So see, first letter I have used capital. Another very important point. First letter I have used capital. So remember, all the class names in Java will start with capital letters. All the uh, uh, class names in Java starts with capital letters. So you need to mention capital letters. So for example, if I just want to save this, change this, uh, my my first Java program. So this is a class. This is my class name now. Okay, then I have to save this file with the same name. I have to save this file with my first Java program. Another very important point here is it is a naming convention which is generally followed in Java, that the first letter will be capital letter and the next word's first letter will be also capital letter. Next word's first letter will be also a capital letter. So in my M is capital, in first F is capital, in J is capital, Java J is capital, in program P is capital. So you need to follow this convention. So now someone may get a doubt, sir, if we don't write like this, do the Java program works? Yes, definitely it is going to work. It is not going to show any kind of error there. But the problem here is Java, but the built-in classes will in Java follows the same convention. Like yesterday I have shown you that array index out of bound exception. Array A capital, index I capital, uh, uh, out O capital, of O capital, bounds B capitals, E exception E capital. So like the built-in classes in Java will follow the same conventions. That's the reason why if you practice the same thing for your own classes also, it will be easy for you to remember. So now let us take the same name, my first Java program. So save it. Where I just want to save it, I just want to save it here, save, go to D drive, then you go to my folder, the folder which I have created. Now in quotations, my first Java program, my first Java program dot Java. You have to give the extension also in quotations. In quotations, you need to give the file name. Why we need to give it in the quotations? The next question here. What is the purpose of giving the name of the file in the quotation here is when you don't give quotation. See, whatever what is there below it, save as type text document .txt. So if you are not giving quotations, the file will be saved as my first Java program .java.txt. It will be saved as a txt file. It is not going to be saved as Java file. So for the reason, if you are giving it in the quotations, then it will be saved as a .java file. Okay, so now I don't want to give it in the quotations. If you say that I don't want to give it in the quotations, then what you can simply do here is remove those quotations and you select all files. You remove the quotations and you select all files, then it is okay. Now you don't want that, just put the same like my first Java program .txt. Then now what you have to give .java in quotation. So starting quotations and ending quotations. See, you have to give it like this. So once you have done it, you say save. The program is saved. The program is saved in the directory which I have created. So I have created an MCA second semester Java directory folder. In this, my first Java program has been saved. So type the file type is Java file. Okay, now you go to command prompt. Go to command prompt. So on this bar d colon slash MCA second semester Java slash, if you type CMD, you're typing CMD, then your command prompt will be opened. This is what is your command prompt. This is what is your command prompt. Now here, what you need to do is you need to compile the program. You need to compile the program. So for compilation, you type it as Java C my first Java program. Sorry, not Java. You need to give Java C, my first Java program. So see here, J, I have to give it as capital, Java program. Now if you press enter now, what happens here is the program will get compiled. The program will get compiled. So just look behind also what will happen. Just see the behind screen also what will happen. So if it is successfully compiled, dot class file will be created. A dot class file will be created. So now I'm pressing enter. So just look at behind what will happen. So if I press enter, it's getting compiled, and after compilation it should create a dot class file if it is compiling successfully. It's taking time. Its program is getting loaded because I have used it long back. This is the reason why it is taking somewhat time. Yes, see here. So successfully got a prompt, and behind that, if you observe that I had dot class file which is also created. Right. Once the dot class file is created, now you need to execute the program. So to execute the program, you can say Java C, Java, my first Java program. My first Java program. No need of any extension here. No need of dot class here. Simply give Java, my first Java program. So if you press enter, the program will be executed. Now see here what I have written. I just said to print welcome to Java programming on the screen. So that is actually displayed on the screen. Okay, so this is the procedure to create a Java program, and to compile it, and is to run the program. This is a procedure to create a Java program, to compile it, and to run the Java program. Okay. So one more very important point which I have not mentioned today is about where this Java C is coming from. If I press Java C, see here, a lot of something has come here. So it's working, everything has been come. So this is actually the Java C which is found in a bin folder. So I will be talking about this tomorrow, but right now just what I said here is again I'm just showing you. I'm creating this deleting this dot class file from here, deleting the dot class file. As I have deleted it, again I just want to compile it. So once I compile, behind you observe that dot class file is created. Once it is created, now if I give it Java, my first Java program, it will be executed. Okay, so this is how we are going to write the programs in Java in a notepad file, compile them and to run them. So there's a lot of things we are supposed to discuss now. So what is this public, what is this class, what is the static, void, main, then what is the system.out.println, all these things we are going to discuss in the coming class. So any doubt in this?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Anybody?
No, sir.
No, sir. No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, fine.
No, sir.
So that's it. We will stop here today. Uh, if you have PC, just to try to execute the program. I hope it may work. If any problem is faced tomorrow, you can ask me because I have intentionally kept something not spoken about Java C, how it is working there. Uh, I just want you to work out in on your PC and check whether it is working or not. Otherwise, tomorrow I will tell you how we need to set the path, how to bring that Java C to our prompt, and how to execute it. And then I would like to discuss about the each and every part of the program: what is public, what is static, what is void, what is main, what is system.out.println. Everything we are going to discuss in the next class. Okay,
Okay,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
fine then. Thank you.
Thank you,
So
sir.
we'll be
Thank you, sir.